Hi, Louisiana Realtors. Week 10 brought major movement on several Louisiana Realtors priorities involving real estate, insurance, and property rights, and Week 11 is shaping up to be one of the most important stretches of the legislative session. The biggest development last week was final Senate passage of House Bill 468 by Representative Troy Hebert, our residential wholesaling regulation bill. The Senate passed the measure 34-0 with amendments, and it now heads back to the House for concurrence. House Bill 468 remains one of the session's strongest consumer protection bills, creating greater transparency, accountability, and clearer rules for residential wholesale transactions. Another major win was House Bill 1027, also by Representative Hebert, which passed the Senate unanimously and has now been sent to the governor for executive approval. This bill clarifies that licensed appraisers are not liable for a seller's failure to comply with carbon monoxide detector requirements, extending protections already provided to real estate agents. Realtor Day at the Capitol also came at an important time, allowing members to meet directly with legislators as several key bills approach final passage. At this stage, most of the Louisiana Realtors legislative package has now cleared a major hurdle and is moving towards the governor's desk. Insurance continues to be one of the busiest policy areas of the session. House Bill 1187, dealing with Louisiana Citizens Emergency Assessments, advanced through Senate insurance and remains active in the Senate. House Bill 759, addressing fortified roof endorsements, is also positioned for Senate floor action. Additional insurance-related bills remain in play, including House Bill 408 on insurance non-renewals after homeowners mitigate risks, House Bill 1210 on pre-suit insurance claim review, House Bill 850 on fire policy cancellation notices, House Bill 1162 involving contractor verification and claims, and Senate Bill 241 requiring adjusters and appraisers to include license numbers in written communications. On disclosure and regulatory issues, House Bill 1166 by Representative Kim Carver continues moving through the Senate. The bill creates disclosure requirements for vacant residential property transactions and incorporates the adopted LREC reform amendment. It remains one of the key bills to watch entering Week 11. Another measure completing legislative action last week was Senate Bill 180, which allows surviving spouses of disabled veterans to retain expanded property tax exemptions under certain circumstances. Week 10 also included important defensive work by Louisiana Realtors. Our team successfully worked to ensure House Bill 617 and House Bill 750 would not unintentionally sweep real estate professionals, property managers, nonprofits, or association activity into overly broad consumer protection and subscription-style compliance frameworks. On the broader policy front, tort reform bills, House Bill 437 and House Bill 1089 remain active in Senate Judiciary, while House Bill 472, the rent stabilization bill, remains deferred in committee. Louisiana Realtors continues to oppose rent control policies that reduce housing supply and worsen affordability challenges. Additional housing-related measures involving blight, redevelopment, security deposits, appraisal thresholds, and lease termination protections also remain active as session heads into its final weeks. The bottom line is that Week 11 will likely move very quickly. Louisiana Realtors remain focused on final passage of House Bill 468, continued movement on House Bill 1166, and insurance legislation, and monitoring late session amendments or procedural changes that could affect real estate transactions, housing affordability, and private property rights across Louisiana. Stay tuned for our weekly session scoop blogs on larealtors.org and wrap-up videos on Louisiana Realtors social sites. Louisiana Realtors is the trusted voice of real estate.